Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you're like a real superhero, man!
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the In the Ring with WWE fan Alex Cardinale. WWE fan Alex Cardinale will discuss any and everything WWE. He will get you ready for upcoming premium live events by discussing past events, and more. Plus, top 10 WWE countdowns, and more. Now, live from Lake Worth, Florida, here comes the legendary WWE fan Alex Cardinale live in.
Hello, WWE fans. Welcome to a special episode of In the Ring with me, WWE fan Alex Cardinale. I hope you enjoy tonight's episode, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. WWE Money in the Bank is this weekend. Are you ready for WWE Money in the Bank? Well, guess what? I am. I can't wait to see what goes down this Saturday at the O2 in London for Money in the Bank. So today, I'm going to get you ready for Money in the Bank by taking a look back at the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I'm also going to talk about the greatest Money in the Bank ladder match winners of all time. So if you're a WWE stats fan like I am, you're going to love this show. So today we're going to take a look back at how this match was created, the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match, all the winners, and then the main event of the show, we will talk about the greatest Money in the Bank ladder match winners of all time. I can't wait to find out who's going to be Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank 2023. But we'll find that out on Saturday. Today, let's focus on the past Money in the Banks. So, all the WWE fans that are watching this episode, who do you personally think are the greatest Money in the Bank winners and why? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this episode started. And we're going to start with the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, the concept for the Money in the Bank match was introduced in March 2005 by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho then pitched the idea to Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff, who liked it and promptly began to book the match for WrestleMania 21. Edge won the inaugural match and held the contract until New Year's Revolution in January 2006. There, he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against WWE Champion John Cena, who had just successfully defended the title in an Elimination Chamber match. Edge defeated Cena to become WWE Champion and quickly establishing the precedent of cashing in on a vulnerable champion. The Money in the Bank ladder match can involve anywhere from 5 to 10 participants, with the objective being to retrieve a briefcase that is suspended 20 feet above the ring. Inside the briefcase is a guaranteed championship match that you can use at any time, any place, anywhere, and any champion of your choosing. And it's almost guaranteed you're going to become a champion if you take advantage of a vulnerable champion. Now, Money in the Bank ladder match is a multi-person ladder match. It was first contested at WWE's annual WrestleMania event beginning in 2005. 5 years later, a separate Money in the Bank pay-per-view event was established in 2010. The prize in the match is a briefcase containing a contract for a championship match of the winner's choice, which could be cashed in by the holder of the briefcase at any point in the year following their victory. Until 2022, the contract was only for a world championship match. If the contract is not used within a year of winning it, it will be invalid, but this has yet to happen. Up to and including the 2016 edition, ladder matches only involved male wrestlers. Beginning with the 2017 Money in the Bank event, however, women also had the opportunity to compete in such a match, with their prize being a contract for a women's championship match. The first match was contested in 2005 at WrestleMania 21 after Chris Jericho invented the concept. At the time, it was exclusive to wrestlers of the Raw brand, and Edge won the inaugural match. From then until WrestleMania 26, the Money in the Bank ladder match, now open to all WWE brands, became a WrestleMania mainstay. In 2010, Money in the Bank pay-per-view was created, which saw 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. Before the establishment of the annual Money in the Bank pay-per-view, wrestlers were allowed to use the contract to claim a match for any world championship in WWE. After the establishment of the pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank contracts were specifically aimed at one or the other championship. With the championship unification of the WWE and World Heavyweight titles into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the 2013 TLC event, there is only a single contract in play. This went into effect beginning with the 2014 Money in the Bank event. Of course, we all know that the brand split returned shortly after the 2016 Money in the Bank event, and a new title as well. The 2017 Money in the Bank event was SmackDown exclusive, and the contract was a match for its World Championship, the WWE Championship. The 2017 event also saw the very first women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, in 2018, the Money in the Bank premium event became dual branded, meaning it includes both the Raw and SmackDown superstars. Now, while the contract was originally only for a World Championship match, 2022 Money in the Bank winner Austin Theory was the first to cash in on a non-World Championship when he unsuccessfully challenged for the WWE United States Championship last year. So that is the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. We can all thank the great Chris Jericho for creating this concept and this match. Unfortunately, Chris Jericho, he's the creator, but he never won a Money in the Bank ladder match, unfortunately. I think Chris Jericho should have definitely won a Money in the Bank ladder match since he created the Money in the Bank ladder match. But that is the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now we are going to go over every Money in the Bank ladder match in history and we're going to find out who won that Money in the Bank ladder match. So, 2005, the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 21. In this match was Chris Jericho, Christian, Chris Benoit, Edge, Kane, and Shelton Benjamin. It was won by Edge. Edge won the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match. In 2006, the Money in the Bank ladder match was contested at WrestleMania 22. And the contestants for the 2006 Money in the Bank ladder match were Rob Van Dam, Shelton Benjamin, Ric Flair, Finlay, Matt Hardy, and Bobby Lashley. Rob Van Dam won the WrestleMania 22 Money in the Bank ladder match after pushing Shelton Benjamin and Matt Hardy off of a ladder while he was on another ladder and retrieving the briefcase. That April, he defended the contract and won the WWE Intercontinental Championship in a contract versus title winner-take-all match against Benjamin at Backlash. Van Dam announced in May 2006 that he would cash in his contract at ECW One Night Stand against John Cena in an Extreme Rules match. The match ended with Cena losing with interference from Edge spearing Cena after Van Dam performed the 5-star frog splash. Van Dam is the first person to give prior notice to an opponent before cashing in his contract. The 2007 Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 23. It was the very first Money in the Bank ladder match to have 8 contestants from Raw, SmackDown, and WECW. The contestants for this year's ladder match, the 2007 one, were Edge, CM Punk, King Booker, Jeff Hardy, Mr. Kennedy, Matt Hardy, Finlay, and Randy Orton. And Mr. Kennedy ultimately won the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 23 after ramming CM Punk off the ladder using another ladder. Now, Mr. Kennedy declared that he would cash in the briefcase at WrestleMania 24. However, on the May 7th, 2007 episode of Raw, he defended and lost the Money in the Bank briefcase to Edge. Kennedy was the first wrestler in WWE history to lose the briefcase without cashing it in. The following night at the taping for the May 11th, 2007 episode of SmackDown, World Heavyweight Champion The Undertaker and Batista fought to a draw in a steel cage match, after which a returning Mark Henry assaulted Undertaker and left him injured in the ring. And of course, Edge capitalized and became the world champion. Edge thus became the first person to gain the Money in the Bank contract twice. The 2008 Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 24. And the contestants in the 2008 Money in the Bank match were Chris Jericho, Mr. Kennedy, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, MVP, CM Punk, and John Morrison. CM Punk won the 2008 Money in the Bank ladder match after trapping Chris Jericho's leg in a ladder. Punk cashed in his title shot successfully on the June 30th episode of Raw. The 2009 Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 25. The contestants were CM Punk, Kane, Mark Henry, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Kofi Kingston, Christian, and Finlay. CM Punk won the WrestleMania 25 Money in the Bank ladder match, and CM Punk became the first wrestler to win 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches and the only one in history to win the match for 2 consecutive years. CM Punk would turn heel at his cash-in as he cashed in on Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules 2009. Now, here is an interesting fact about 2010. 2010 is the only year in WWE history that a Money in the Bank was featured 3 times, because at WrestleMania 26, they had the Money in the Bank ladder match, but also in July of 2010, WWE started doing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So that's a little cool historical fact for you. 2010, there were 3 Money in the Bank matches. So at WrestleMania 26, Christian, Dolph Ziggler, Kane, Jack Swagger, MVP, Matt Hardy, Evan Bourne, Drew McIntyre, and Kofi Kingston battled for the Money in the Bank. Jack Swagger won the match after knocking Christian off a ladder with the briefcase itself. And Jack Swagger would cash in on world champion Chris Jericho and successfully claimed the World Heavyweight Championship. Money in the Bank 2010, there were 2 Money in the Bank matches. On the Raw side, the 8 competitors were Randy Orton, The Miz, R-Truth, Chris Jericho, Evan Bourne, Ted DiBiase, John Morrison, and Edge. But on July 5th, R-Truth was involved in an injury storyline, and he was replaced by Mark Henry. The Miz ended up winning the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match in 2010. SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match had Matt Hardy, Kane, Cody Rhodes, Christian, Kofi Kingston, and Big Show. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler were later added to the match. And Kane won the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. WWE Hall of Famer Kane won that match. He cashed in on the same night by defeating Rey Mysterio to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He also became the quickest man to cash in the briefcase. In 2011, Money in the Bank, Raw's Alberto Del Rio and SmackDown's Daniel Bryan won their respective brands' Money in the Bank ladder match. Del Rio was able to cash in his briefcase and defeated CM Punk for the WWE Championship at the 2011 SummerSlam event. Daniel Bryan cashed in his SmackDown Money in the Bank contract for the World Heavyweight Championship at TLC 2011 on The Big Show, and he successfully won the world title. In 2012, Dolph Ziggler won the World Heavyweight Championship match, Money in the Bank contract, and the night after WrestleMania, April 8th, 2013, Ziggler cashed in his contract on World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio, following Del Rio's handicap match win over Swagger and Coulter. Ziggler became the new World Heavyweight Champion following nearly 9 months of holding the briefcase. John Cena defeated Kane, Big Show, The Miz, and Chris Jericho to win the WWE Championship Money in the Bank briefcase in his first Money in the Bank ladder match. That was in 2012. But John Cena was the very first Money in the Bank winner to fail to win the title, because at Raw 1000, Cena challenged CM Punk for the title, but Big Show interfered in the match, causing champion CM Punk to be disqualified and retain the title. In 2013, Randy Orton won the WWE Championship Money in the Bank contract, and he cashed in at the 2013 SummerSlam event on August 18th. Orton cashed his contract on WWE Champion Daniel Bryan, who had defeated John Cena to win the championship. Orton defeated Bryan to win his 7th WWE Championship after WWE COO Triple H, who was the special guest referee between Bryan and Cena, turned heel, attacked Bryan with a pedigree following 5 weeks of holding the briefcase. Damian Sandow won the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match, and he too failed to cash in as he lost to John Cena. In 2014, the original plan for the event was that the winner of the ladder match would receive a contract for a match for the now unified title as normal. However, at the time, defending champion Daniel Bryan was forced to vacate the title due to a neck injury, and the already announced ladder match consisting of John Cena, Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Sheamus, Kane, and Roman Reigns became for the Banquet Championship instead. So for the first time ever in 2014, a Money in the Bank match was contested for the championship. John Cena won that match. But there was also a traditional Money in the Bank ladder match, and that was for a WWE World Heavyweight Championship contract. Rollins was in that match, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Rob Van Dam, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, and Dean Ambrose were in that match. Seth Rollins won the match and the contract after Kane interfered on behalf of the Authority and knocked Dean Ambrose off the ladder. Seth Rollins had what I believe to be the best Money in the Bank cash-in at WrestleMania 31, where he defeated Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. In the 2015 Money in the Bank ladder match, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Neville, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Kane participated in the match. Sheamus won the match and received a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match contract. And at the 2015 Survivor Series event on November 22nd, Sheamus cashed in his contract by defeating Reigns, and he became the new WWE champion. In 2016, the 2016 Money in the Bank ladder match had Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio, and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose won the match and received a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match contract. After the conclusion of the main event, he successfully cashed in the contract on Seth Rollins, who had just won the title from Roman Reigns. Ambrose was the second wrestler to cash in the contract on the same night as winning it. The night was also notable due to making the stable The Shield the first group in WWE history to be world champions on the same night. In 2017, Baron Corbin won the WWE Championship match contract. On the August 15th, 2017 edition of SmackDown Live, John Cena had a non-title match against WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. As Cena was pinning Mahal, Corbin attacked him, causing a disqualification. Corbin then cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Mahal, but as soon as the bell rung, he attacked Cena, who was on the apron, allowing Mahal to quickly roll up Corbin for the win. This made Corbin the third wrestler to unsuccessfully cash in the contract, and the second to lose a cash-in match. And Carmella won the very first ever women's Money in the Bank. In 2018, Braun Strowman won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and he failed his cash-in because it was a Hell in a Cell match between Reigns and Strowman, but Brock Lesnar interfered, and Strowman became the fourth person to fail in gaining a championship in their cash-in match, and the first to fail by a no contest ruling. Now, for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2018, Alexa Bliss won, and she cashed in on the same night and became the new Raw Women's Champion. And she was the first woman to do it, the first woman to cash in her contract on the same night as winning it. In 2019, Brock Lesnar was the surprise winner of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. He wasn't even a participant, but he replaced an injured Sami Zayn. And the winner of the 2019 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match was Bayley, and Bayley cashed in on Charlotte Flair the same night. The 2021 Men's Money in the Bank ladder match was won by Big E, and Big E defeated Lashley on Raw to win the WWE Championship. And the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2021 was won by Nikki Ash, who cashed in her contract and won the Raw Women's Championship from Charlotte Flair. And in 2022, just last year, Austin Theory won the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, but he failed to cash it in for the United States Championship. And Liv Morgan won the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match by defeating Ronda Rousey and becoming the SmackDown Women's Champion. So at Money in the Bank 2022, Liv Morgan was the Women's Money in the Bank winner, and she left as the SmackDown Women's Champion. So that is every Money in the Bank ladder match winner and every Money in the Bank ladder match. Now it's time for our main event. It's time to talk about the greatest Money in the Bank winners of all time. There are some incredible Money in the Bank winners. There are a lot of them that I enjoyed, and there were some of them that someone else could have won. But I think it was a good concept, and it's a great match, and I love it. So because my studio is acting up and I can't show images on the screen, I created a slideshow giving you what I think are the greatest Money in the Bank winners. Here is my opinion on the greatest Money in the Bank winners of all time. Be sure to post your greatest Money in the Bank winners in the comments. All right, so in my opinion, here are the greatest Money in the Bank winners. Kane. Kane is a WWE Hall of Famer, and it was fitting for him to at least win a World Heavyweight Championship, and it was fitting for him to win the Money in the Bank. Jack Swagger. He is a talented superstar, and he deserved to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Unfortunately, he no longer works for the WWE. Seth Rollins is also a great Money in the Bank ladder match winner. He proved to be a great character and a main eventer. Dean Ambrose is a great Money in the Bank ladder match winner. He's a great superstar for AEW now. Brock Lesnar winning was a huge surprise. That was a surprise factor that I did not see coming back in 2019. So that's why he's a great Money in the Bank ladder match winner. It was a great surprise. RVD definitely deserved the main event run. So that Money in the Bank win was well deserved. Alexa Bliss proved she is a dominant superstar. And Liv Morgan was a fan favorite last year. And that's why she's a great Money in the Bank ladder match winner. All right. And that concludes our show for tonight. This was a really, really fun episode of In the Ring with WWE fan Alex Cardinale. Now, tomorrow night, Tuesday, June 27th, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to talk about the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. You know, Seth Rollins cash-ins is going to be right up there. But tomorrow night on In the Ring with WWE fan Alex Cardinale, join me as I talk about the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins. I'm also going to talk about the history of cash-ins and more. So it's going to be another fun episode of In the Ring. And don't forget, this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I am going to be doing the Money in the Bank pre-show where I'm going to make my predictions for the Money in the Bank event and more. And on American Saturday Live this Saturday, I'm going to recap WWE Money in the Bank. So WWE fans, enjoy Monday Night Raw because it's the final Raw before Money in the Bank this Saturday. If you're new to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, American Alex Cardinale. WWE fans, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time on In the Ring with WWE fan Alex Cardinale. Have a good night, everybody. 4th of July weekend. American Alex Cardinale invites you to be part of the inaugural 4th of July edition of Saturday Live with American Alex Cardinale. Saturday, July 1st, 2023, live at a special start time of 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, American Alex Cardinale is proud to invite you to the inaugural American Saturday Live with American Alex Cardinale. This is going to be an action-packed 4th of July themed Saturday Live. There will be surprise appearances from Detective Alex Cardinale and WWE fan Alex Cardinale. Chef Alex will show you how to make one of his favorite desserts, which is perfect for 4th of July barbecues. Chef Alex shows you how to make Fruity Pebbles cheesecake. It's quick, simple, non-baked, and delicious. For the first time ever, Aqua Alex will have 3 featured fish of the weekend. All 3 featured fish are native to the United States of America. Learn about the Texas cichlid, the bowfin, and the bullhead catfish. WWE fan Alex Cardinale will review and recap WWE Money in the Bank, which takes place earlier in the day of the show. Detective Alex Cardinale breaks down the 4th of July 2022 mass shooting at Highland Park in Illinois. Plus, American Alex Cardinale discusses what he is doing for 4th of July, recaps the brief history of 4th of July, and discusses 4th of July barbecue tips. All that and more, including things you already love, like funny videos, Karens of the Week, and more. American Saturday Live Saturday, July 1st, at a special start time of 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, on YouTube channel American Alex Cardinale.
Ted Hart. Stand at attention and listen up, maggots.
Okay, at ease. 4th of July is right around the corner. And that means it's time to celebrate America and, more importantly, our freedoms. I cannot wait to celebrate the 4th of July with all of you. I welcome you all to come join the inaugural 4th of July Bash live Monday, July 3rd, 2023 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. The 4th of July Bash will be hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale, and my special friend, the pretty Lady Liberty, who will be my co-host.
That's right. I'm going to co-host the 4th of July Bash. I am a bald eagle, a true symbol of the strength of America and the independence we all have. On the 4th of July Bash, Sergeant Alex Cardinale and I will discuss the history of the United States, bald eagles, the American bird and American symbol, and much more.
On top of that, there will be appearances from Aqua Alex and Chef Alex Cardinale. Aqua Alex will be discussing freshwater fish species that are native to the United States of America. Chef Alex will be discussing American foods and giving out a few recipes that you can try this 4th of July. It's a win-win for you, the viewers, so don't miss out. If you do not watch the show, Lady Liberty is going to find you and peck at your balls, and I'm going to put you in the Cobra Clutch.
There will also be a few surprise topics, including why America is the greatest country today. So, mark your calendars. Monday, July 3rd, 2023, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's the 4th of July Bash with Sergeant Alex Cardinale and Lady Liberty on YouTube channel American Alex Cardinale.
Now over the that's all, folks.